Hey folks, it's the 1997 Wayne Hills versus Clifton Group 4 State Section Semifinal. And Clifton actually wins the toss and defers. And that was a mistake. But this turns out to be a great game. First Wayne Hills High School playoff game in school history at home, from what I can remember. And this year we were we had one loss, and it was to Ramapo. And Clifton had a really great tailback. Oh, something wrong with the film here. This is Wayne Hills classic film, although I have a film in my game tapes that I found. My mom found in the basement. And Brian Penjator, number 5, we would do a shift in this game. And we started out with James Milan, number 22. I think this is a counter. And you can see how great of a runner he was. Number 23 on Clifton was Joe Harrow, who was a track star and very fast. So Milan gets a good start. Number 5, Brian Penjator, was a very fast fullback. Faster fullback than a bigger guy. And you could see Wayne Hills is off to a strong start. We were used to this. It happened in every game except for the Ramapo game. It did happen in the Ramapo game too, but it wasn't as long lasting. And you see me, number 70, trying to block the safety there as Milan goes in for our first score. And we're thinking, all right, we got this game. They can't stop us. Good extra point. If I remember correctly, that attitude basically vanished immediately on this play right here. We told Tommy, don't kick it to number 23, do anything but kick it to 23. And he knew that he was responsible for kicking it to 23 and actually ran him down, which you got to give him some credit for. So now Clifton has excellent field position in the 20-yard line, or within the 20-yard line. They start with a toss again to Joe Harrow, who is very fast, not easy to tackle. Travis Oliphant, number 55, was one of the best defensive linemen in all of New Jersey that year. And they were going to try to go to the air way out of the end zone. Number 11, Eric McGreeny, on the coverage. Back then, you could really hit a receiver differently than you can nowadays. Oh, Gary Webb comes in, makes a great play. He was a junior. Excellent play in the backfield, strong tackle. And they're going to go for a field goal here. It's a pretty long field goal, definitely not a gimme for high school. Penalty for something. Delay of game. Backs him up even more. And I think this kid hits it, which was pretty impressive. It's a good kick. And so any attitude thinking this would be an easy game after that first drive was pretty much gone, especially with a breakaway threat like 23 on Clifton. So we get the ball back, and let's see what happens. Number 11, again, Eric McGreeny. Putting on a little show at the end there with number 1. Yeah, this was this motion. This was kind of new. Trying to run counter, but they clog it up pretty quick. So we got about 2nd and 12. You can hear the assistant coach saying counter as if we're going to run it again. It's a quick trap. I was on the quick side, number 70. And I think next to me is Dan Kim, number 51. Ooh, a play action pass. There's AJ Spicer as a sophomore slot back, picking up some pass interference. It's an automatic first down. Pretty good fortune. Decent field position. And we're having a hard time getting it by 23, Joe Harrow. You can see the holes are there. It's a wing left. Not much doing. You see Travis Sullivan, he's got a huge cast on his arm. It was his senior year, he wasn't going to miss. And boy, did that thing smell. And I would sit by him in films. Holy moly. I think I was reach blocking on that play, hoping Malone would go outside. I think he had some space out there, but sometimes he would just cut it up. Trying to get that first down, and we're short. Right about at the 50. And Penjator looks like he fell forward for enough, but that's going to be close. There's a lot of close plays in this game. Let's see here. Spotting the ball is always an art for referees. In high school, you can see how they sometimes exaggerate the spot. Brian Penjator on some kind of trap. Also a track star. And I think there was a race against Penjator and Harrow in the spring that year. But I don't remember details. Alright, so now we're trying to run ISO and they're all over it. There's that motion again. Ooh, an option. Yeah. They did call holding out there on the outside. I don't know who was on. But that was a big play, wiped out. Unfortunately. There you can see Greg Olson. Now Fox News. Not Fox News. Fox Sports or Fox Network. One of the best announcers on TV. There you see Joe Harrow's speed. Cutting down the lawn in the backfield. We're close to the line of scrimmage. And now we have a 3rd and 10. Again, a shift. And a pass. Looks like a slant. Not enough for the first down. But pretty well executed. And now my guess is we're going to go for it on 4th. 4th and about 1.5 or 2. Call a timeout. Our line this year, we were good, not great as a whole. I don't think we had the strength all the way across. We did have great linemen on the line, but defenses were sometimes able to poke holes like there. And now I think Ostrowski 77 gets trapped, and Coach Olson put me in. And I hadn't really played too much defense because I had hurt my foot earlier in the season. And he said go in, and I really hadn't gotten many reps on the defensive side for during practice. So Travis would go to the strong side, the side of the tight end. I would go to the weak side. And it was kind of like my first taste of having a pretty good game on defense at the varsity level, which really catapulted my confidence for the state championship 2 weeks later, and then all-state senior year for myself. But right now, we're doing a good job stopping this guy. He had an incredible amount of touchdowns, Joe Harrow, and he's a very strong runner. They're running an I, toss. Mark Robinson comes up, makes a good stop. Finished by a few other guys, including Travis. We had on that line Travis as the other defensive tackle, John Stanchek, number 89, and I believe it was number 52, Mike Blanchard. Ooh, that was a mistake by Clifton. That hurt. AJ Spicer getting really excited as a sophomore. Yeah, we added Simon 43 as a wing, but he was really a strong blocker. Very strong hitter, as was Milan. But Simon was not fun to go against because, I mean, he was a very hard hitter. And play action pass. Oh, not a good one. James Bonadies, number 16, with the interception there. And they're in some kind of a single back dive, and that went nowhere. Simon and Gary Webb, number 58, were middle linebackers. Tom Brophy, 37, and Brian Penjator were the outside linebackers. And James Milan also played corner. It looks like he got there a little early and got called for pass interference, while Eric McGreeny played safety, and Mark Robinson all the way on the bottom playing right corner, number 3, who was our quarterback the following year. There was a famous picture in the paper of that catch and tackle because Mark had a really good grip on his face mask, and some photographer caught it, and I think it said like Wayne Hills holds on in the paper as he's tackling and grabbing the face mask. It was a pretty cool picture actually, but Mark did not want him to break that tackle for sure. And now Clifton is in a twins right eye formation and rolling out and passing, trying to test us. And this time, James Milan, the future Penn State football player, makes an interception, and now will likely carry the ball most of the time. Some good blocking by the quick side. But Joe Harrow, again, the safety, coming up and making the tackle right around the linebacker line. There's Penjator. I think in the second half, Coach told me to forget the linebacker and just go up and hit Joe Harrow, and we had some success. Looks like we're short for another down or fourth down. It must be fourth because we're punting. And we don't want to get stopped again. Milan was also our punter. And he got some pretty good punts off, like this one. 24 Steve Potter was a gunner and had some good positioning there, made him cut back. Steve was always a really good football player and made some great plays, I think, in this game on special teams. That time Milan comes up and makes a great play. And now they're back in the I. Second down and 11. Twins left. Probably a count of 2, trying to get us to jump, and both sides are pointing at each other. Travis was the captain that year that always made sure the refs were doing their job. They call it on Clifton, which was a relief. And now they're running dive, setting up for 3rd and long. And another play action pass under good pressure by, I think, Simon. And now Clifton is forced to punt. They get off short punt, which gives Wayne Hills the ball right around the 50. And on first down, AJ gets one of his few carries that we had from the slot play, some kind of 43. There's that motion, trying to spread them out and running counter, which worked pretty well.